we go. Hi, this is Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. As you can tell by my bare face and hair clips, we will be doing a tutorial. So this video is going to focus on how to fill in thin brows. Basically going to show you guys the products that I use and my step-by-step process. So if you want to know more, keep watching. Okay, so what I usually use to fill in my brows, I've tried every brow product out there. Powders, the pomades, I haven't tried the markers yet, but I'm going to get those soon and try them. And I've just used so many different brow products that I always is trying to change it and basically trying to look for the most natural brow possible. So as you can see, I do have very thin brows. Over here, back in the day, I got little injury, so I do have like missing brows over here. And then over here, this is just my general brow. My brows are actually darker than they usually are because I got them tinted. So normally, sometimes it's really even hard to see the brows. But basically, I'm looking for products that adhere well into the brow hair and then also to the skin. So the two, I usually use pencils for that reason because the wax kind of makes it easier to maneuver on skin where there's not that much hair there. So these are the two that I would recommend. This is the Hourglass Brow Sculpting Pencil. And then this is Benefits Precisely My Brow. Now this is actually finished, and well, that's the spoolie end. This is actually finished. As you can hear that click, there's no more product. But this one has that little angled end. So because of that little angled end, it kind of has like a thicker crown when it comes out. And it's easier to fill out the back, but it's harder to make the front look natural with this. So that is what made me go to the little skinny pencil, which unfortunately it is more strokes and takes more time, but the outlook in the end looks better. So I'm just going to come to you guys, basically show you how I do my brows. So let's get started. Perfect. So today you guys are going to get angles, honey. So I am kind of positioning my camera a different way. That way I can look into the mirror. Let's see a little test. And even if I lean in, you guys will still see me. Because I do know that I've been like going out of focus in a lot of videos. So I'm trying to work on that, guys. But so boom. What I really love about this pencil also is that it's double-ended. So you got the spoolie little end. And then you have the little marker end. So the first thing I do is I'm going to brush through my brows. So I'm going to basically just put the ones in the front, brush those hairs up, and everybody else up and over. So in the front up. Oh, I could actually use a viewfinder, so we'll see. I'll try a little viewfinder. So that was the end. So I'm gonna, now that I combed through, actually I'm gonna leave the end off. I do go back and forth combing through the brows. I also have a spoolie separately, so that's why sometimes I'll put the cap back on and not use this end, because then I'll come in with this. But let's see if I could just use this for the whole time. So the first thing I do is, I'm gonna try and use a viewfinder in the mirror, so we'll see how this goes, is I try to draw that line underneath that's going to create the basic like foundation of the arch that I'm looking for. So I do get my eyebrows waxed, but I don't have that natural full part right there. So that's like a little guideline for me to use. And also, if you go to the Benefit Brow Bar, you probably know that this is where they're supposed to start. Like this is where the arch is supposed to be at. And then this is where they're supposed to end. So mine are kind of close to that. I draw the arch different than what it actually is. So that's just because I want like that really high arched look. So yeah, so that's how I basically start off. So just to check over here. Alright, so that's good. So then the next thing I usually do is try to fill in the tail part. So I'll come in over here and just try to... Oh, I should have said what shade this is. This is shade number 6. This is the darkest one. So I'm going to come in and just fill in that little tail portion. And then as I fill in the tail, I'm going to go back and fill in the rest of the brow. So as you can see, that little gap in the middle is where I'm missing the most hair. I'm going to fill that in. And then now this is where I flip it and just try to comb through a little bit. So I'm going to look. So I have a little spot at the top that's missing here. Refocus. There we go. Over here is missing a little color. So, I mean, my goal is to try to make them look as natural as possible. In the end, I know I don't have that much hair, so it's like, you can only do but so much. But okay, so then as I move forward, what I'm doing now is just going up and kind of doing like little feathering strokes in this little section right here, and then just connecting it with that part that I already did that has like the arch. So this is to attempt to make it look, I'm gonna say more natural, because it's still not actually natural. I have the Fenty Beauty kilowatt thing. I'm using that as a mirror right now, so I'm trying not to mess with the lighting too much, but also the viewfinder struggle is not really working. So I'm basically attempting to, like, I fill that area in, then I go back, comb through if I see any areas that I feel like are particularly sparse. But like I said, that the tail is really where I need the most help. So I'm gonna go back in and make that a little longer and a little darker. But I'm still gonna spoolie through this end too, just so it doesn't look, it does kind of look blocky, but not too crazy. There we go. So as you can see, this is unfilled brow, this is filled brow. So usually at this point, this is where I kind of stop with the marker. I do sometimes like to come in a little bit higher, let's see, just so that way this can kind of match up with this, but I'm pretty satisfied with how this brow looks. So I'm gonna clean up a little back there with the brush, a little in the front, but I'm satisfied with that. So next I'm coming in with the concealer. That's like totally different, right? I wish I could look this high. See how the face is like high and lifted, and then this is like rah, rah. But yeah, so that's that brow. So now I'm going to come in with the concealer. Okay, so my favorite concealer to use for people who have thin brows, this is MAC's Pro Longwear. So it is lame because it has a pump and you end up wasting a little product, but this is the best in terms of really just sculpting and defining when you have brow filling product in there. So I try to do like a little baby pump. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if it'll work today. Okay, I did like a half a pump, so it's still too much because you really only need a little bit of this, but unfortunately I haven't figured out a way to stop that. So now what I'm going to use is an angled brush. This is Sephora's angled eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to come in underneath the brow. So I usually hold it up over here, and then I'm so scared because I'm not doing it. No, I have to do this with the mirror, guys. I'm sorry. And I can't even see in the mirror because of my lighting ring. Y'all, this is why I always struggle with these get ready with me videos. And then I get discouraged and don't do tutorials for like a month. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. Nope, I want more arch. So as you can see, I'm not going for nobody's natural brow. But I mean, you could totally use this technique and make it look natural. That's just not what I'm doing here. Boom. Sorry guys, I probably know I'm off the camera right now, but this ring light is killing me. I feel like I'm seeing stars. Like I cannot see it. So there we go. And even going back and looking, I feel like this part needs more color. So another thing I do love about this brow pencil is once you put the concealer, you can still go over the concealer with it. So right here, I feel like it could use a little more brow. Like I don't want to make it super thick, but see, now that looks like more balanced. And then I could come back in with the concealer and just clean it up a little. There we go. Boom. And I just keep going back to kind of create that arch with the concealer. So as you can see, I mean, they do look filled in. There's no way to, I mean, who knows, there probably is a way if you really sit there and painstakingly like draw 2 lines and blend, 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 draw 2 lines and blend, blend, blend. But to me, this is an eyebrow that I really love. It suited me well. It's looked great in pictures. And I think that it is a good natural brow alternative for people who have thin brows. So I hope that these products help you and that you get them and then try them out and see if any of them are going to be useful for you to create your desired brow look. Alright, thank you so much for watching my brow tutorial for thin brows. I just had to go fill that up. The brow went off camera because it was taking too long. But what I do want to say is that thanks for watching this whole video if you're still watching at this point. Number 2, brows are the hardest part of makeup to do. Eyeshadow, you could kind of finesse it. Foundation, as long as you get the right match, you can work it out. But filling in your brows takes a long time to master. I have so many pictures on the internet where I'm team Scouse brows, block brows. They're overly done and it's an unfortunate thing, but brows just really take a really long time to manage. And even now there's some days where, yeah, this brow looks okay, but I might feel some kind of way like it's too thick, it looks too bushy, I wish I could have blended this part out more. Like, brows are really, really hard. So I commend you for watching these YouTube videos and trying to teach yourself and keep practicing, keep trying, try different products. I would definitely say stick with the smaller pencils, because as the pencils get bigger, it's easier to press harder and to draw things that look crazy and not like eyebrows. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and make sure you subscribe.